Now we're going to roll up to a standing position, starting nice and tall and high. Thank you for coming to yoga today. We're going to scoot forward, reach to the sun, lifting high. And then the hands come out and down. In our sun salutation, the fingertips come to the floor. We're going to step back to a push-up plank, one foot then the other, going at your own pace, being nice and gentle. You can be on your knees or your toes. You get to choose what's best for you. Then slowly lower down. We're going to look forward to a cobra or upward dog. So your hands are on the floor in front. Elbows can be bent or straight. Anywhere it feels comfortable to just stretch out the spine. You can loosen up the neck as we lay down. And then our toes are going to dig into the mat, hips lift up and back. You can be on the knees in a puppy dog, having the head come towards the ground, hips to the back wall, or you can be on the toes in the full downward dog. So you choose what's best for you. Yoga is for you, so listen to what your body needs. Now, if you choose, you can walk the dog, which is like bicycling the feet, bending one knee then the other. Or we'll just prepare to stand up by bringing one knee forward and then walking your hands up the legs. We come to our standing position. Shoulders roll back and down. Shake your head yes. Then bend the knees and scoop forward once again, lifting towards the sky. Hands coming out and down, fingertips touch the mat. Step back to that push-up plank, stretching nice and long. You can be on your knees or your toes. And then slowly lower down, relaxing to the mat onto the stomach. We're going to look forward to a cobra or upward dog. Elbows can be bent or straight. Then we'll dig the toes into the mat, hips lift up and back for the downward dog, or the puppy dog on the knees. So you choose as we just push the hips to the back wall. And we're going to walk the dog or prepare to stand up. As you walk the dog, you'll walk your feet in towards the hand or walk one foot forward, bending the knee and walking the hands up the knee. Shoulders rolling back and down, loosening up any tension in the neck. And we'll take your hands out and up towards the sky, leaning to the left. Hands can be together or apart. And our crescent moon. Now with the crescent moon today, you can dig that right heel into the mat. Right hip kind of pushes out to the side so you feel the stretch come around the body. Hands, of course, can be anywhere it feels comfortable. Eventually, we'll drop down the left hand. Right palm turns up, elbow pulls back, looking up to see the ceiling. Breathing in, opening the rib cage, feeling the opening of the chest. And then stand tall, place the hand on the head, adjust your feet, and let the head fall gently over to that right side, stretching down the neck. Left palm turns out, fingers wiggle. Breathing in, exhaling. And then we'll rotate the arm, turning the palm up and down a couple times, loosening up our shoulder deltoid muscles. And we'll gently come up a little bit higher with each rotation, warming up the shoulder. And hands come together at the top. Down heart center, a little pressure with the palms. Breathing in, expand the rib cage. Exhale, kind of melt forward, emptying out the lungs, the diaphragm, put a little pressure on it. Inhale, expanding, renewing the breath. Exhale, pushing out all the toxins. One last time. And exhale. We'll lift straight back up. Hands come over to the right side. Now your hands can be together or apart. We're trying to feel that curvature on the side of the body. And dig the left heel into the mat as the right hip pushes out. Inner crescent moon. Now we're gently going to lower down. The right hand, left palm turns up, elbow pulls back. We look up looking for the sun. Opening the shoulder, opening the heart, opening the rib cage. Now we're going to place your hand on your head. Adjust the feet if needed. I'm going to wiggle the hand on that right side. Breathing in and exhaling out. Rotate the arm, loosening up the shoulder. With each rotation, we'll go a little higher towards the sky. And then both hands are going to push up to the sky, this time lifting the roof off the building. So we're trying to lift that rib cage off the hips. Standing tall, breathing in. Exhaling out. Inhaling. And exhaling. When you're ready, bring the hands out and down. Shoulders roll back, shake your head yes. Feel free to grab water anytime you'd like. This is our year of hydration. So in between, please grab the water. I don't want the music too loud. It kind of gets different on each lesson or each song. We're going to wiggle the fingers and then take the left leg back. We're going to shift your weight forward and back so the back heel really pushes into the mat. We're going to come forward, crossing the hands, lifting up, opening up the rib cage, out and down with the elbows. This is called the Princess in the Valley. Coming up the mountain, taking a little journey. Take a big breath at the top, smelling the fresh air. Exhale. Inhale. One last time. Come down and up. Holding here in reverse, coming down the mountain. This is called the Princess in the Mountain. So she starts at the top. Here's that journey down. Gentle with the body. Might be a nice, smooth, gentle decline. Whatever feels best for your body. Last time, and we'll hold the hands down. We're going to shift your weight forward. This time, we're going to tap the back toe. Now, we're trying to strengthen the front knee and the ankle. So the toe can be down. You can every once in a while lift it up higher. You can keep the toe up or down, and you can have a hand forward or to the side. But you'll feel the muscles engaging around the ankle and the knee, getting a little stronger each day. Now, this is called a warrior three, so the toe can be up or down. It does not matter. The weight shifts forward a little bit. You can have your hands wherever it feels comfortable. You even have one hand touching the floor. Adjusting for your body today. Go up or down. We'll take one last big breath in our warrior three. Lower the foot down, shift your weight back. Rock back and forth, step all the way forward. Wiggling out any tension in the ankles, the arms, grabbing water if you need. And then we'll take the right leg back. Lift up the heel a couple times. It comes up and down. And then it pushes into the mat behind you. Front knee is bent and hands lift forward to the sky. Shoulders relaxing, loosening up the tension in the neck. Breathing in through the nose. And out through the nose. Hands coming down, and we're going to cross in front. Now this time, our hands come to a little spear. And then we'll turn the palms out and create a little wave around our body. It's called piercing the clouds with the spear. But today, think of that point of the boat going into the water and creating this wake around, parting the waves, breathing in and exhaling. Exhaling and exhaling. One last time. And then we're going to hold, placing the hand on the front knee, lifting up that back heel and tapping the toe. Toe lifts up and down, just strengthening the knee. Hands can be forward to the side. You can even have one hand down at the ground. So there's not one way to do this pose. This pose is for your body, getting a little stronger each day. Ankle and the knee, the muscles on the outside of the leg, muscles on the inside of the leg. The hands can be anywhere you choose. Floor, out, up, down on the knee, and the warrior three. When you're ready, gently lower the back foot down. Lift up the front toe a couple times, and then we're going to open up to the side of the room. Bend and straighten the knees. Oh, I forgot to move that big fan out of the way. We're going to inhale, lifting up. And then drop the hips straight down. Now we're still standing up with the spine. This is the temple pose. Your hands are the spire of the temple. But you can also bring the hands down, heart center, with a prayer inside the temple. So whatever feels best for your body. Some people lift their heels off the mat. Your heels can be down or up. It does not matter. There's a lot of options. That spine lengthening out tall, stretching towards the sky. And last big breath in, and we'll slowly lift up. Hands go out and down. We're going to turn your toes forward one at a time. Place your hands on the upper thigh and push the hips back. That forward fold melting down. You can shake your head yes. You can shake your head no. Shake your head yes again. And then we'll slowly walk your hands up the legs, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow because the blood needs to rush back to the extremities. You might be a little dizzy as you stand up, so we're just letting everything settle. And then gently turn that left toe out, bend the knee, and straighten. The knee bends, we inhale, lifting up halfway. Relaxing the shoulders, and look over the left shoulder for your warrior two. Toes dig into the mat, drop the heels down a little deeper, shoulders drop down. And then turn left palm up, right hand drops down. We're going to keep that left hand to the sky. You can wiggle the fingers, you can rotate the arm, or try to feel that stretch from the hip up through the fingertips, so all the way up and down the body here. And lower down halfway, lift the back arm up. Hold, straightening the left knee. Push the left fingertips forward. Windmill down so the left hand gently touches the leg on the left side. Hips are kind of pushing to the right, stretching out the waistline. The right hand can be high to the sky where it's at, or it can be on the hip. Some people bring their hand over their head. You just adjust to where you feel comfortable in your triangle pose. We're creating triangles with the torso, the arms, the leg. Points of the triangles with the head, the hands, the feet. A lot of triangles. And we'll slowly bring down your right hand. We're going to add on a reverse triangle here. Right hand touches the left knee. Walk your hand up the knee to the hip. So both hands are touching that left hip. Take a big breath of fresh air. And then exhale, walk back down. So you'll start to feel the stretch come around the lower back. The hands walk down the leg. It does not matter where your hands are on the leg. And then we'll take the left hand out to the side and onto the left hip. Look over that left shoulder towards the door, the chairs at the side of the room. Now we're going to slowly bring the hands back to the left knee, the left leg, and walk your hands up. You're standing up tall again, bring both toes or both feet forward. Walk your feet in just a little bit at a time, and we'll rock side to side in what's called a penguin pose, wiggling the fingers, the toes, shoulders roll back and down. Loosen up the neck. Penguins are a little wobbly, a little wiggly, making sure all the tension has been pushed out of the body as we go to the other side, turning the right toe out. Bend to straighten the right knee, maybe even place the right hand on the knee, bringing the knee back, feeling the inner thigh stretch a little bit more, opening the hip. Inhale, lift up halfway. Shoulders relax down. And we'll look over that right shoulder, gently turning the neck. Toes dig into the mat, heels drop down a little deeper into the ground. Always burying our feet in the sand. Right palm turns up, left hand drops. Wiggle the fingers at the top. You can rotate the arm. Reaching a little higher to the sky. Feeling that stretch from the hip through the fingertips. The side of the body. Still digging into the mat with the toes and the heels for stability. Now we're going to lower down halfway and straighten both legs. Reach right fingertips a little farther to the back and slowly windmill down. The fingertip touches the leg. You can look down at the ground, to the side of the room, or up to the sky in your triangle pose. So we're creating these triangles. Your left hand can even be on the hip if that's more comfortable. It might be on the left shoulder, bringing the spine back a little bit more. Be over your head. There's always a lot of options. Just choose what's best for you. Every body is different, so everybody will be different in their poses. Release comparisons. Have our triangle pose. One last big breath in, and we'll walk the right hand up just a little bit so the left hand can drop down to the knee on the right side. So both hands are now on that right leg. We'll walk it up to the hip. So it's just changing our spine for a minute. And then walk your hands back down the right leg. For our reverse triangle, hands can be anywhere it's comfortable. Right hand eventually will come out and then onto the right hip. As that right hand's on the hip, we'll look over the right shoulder back towards the door, maybe. That reverse triangle, standing up. We're still pushing with our toes into the mat. One last deep breath in. And we'll place both hands right by the right knee. Walk the hands up the leg so we come to a standing position. Turn both toes to where they're comfortable to walk the feet in. Rock side to side, wiggling the fingers, the toes in the penguin pose. Shoulders roll back and down, and we'll return to the front of the mat. We're going to add on our rooster. It's our pose for the month. Shoulders are going to roll back and down. So we're learning our rooster. We're going to sit down in a chair. So the hips just push back, looking for the chair. Hands come forward to hold our book. Now, instead of our stack of the books being up and down, they're turned sideways. There's a third book right in the middle, and we're squeezing to keep the books from falling to the floor. Shoulders push down, neck is long and loose. So our hands here are representing the top comb of the rooster. Pretty red finger-like comb. We're going to bring the hands down, and we're going to stand up for a moment. Sometimes it gets tiring sitting in a chair. We're going to slide your hands down, pushing the heel of the hand into the front of the leg. So it kind of pushes on the quadricep because these are the feet of the rooster. Now we're going to bring the top or the head of the rooster on that left side. Lift up your heels so you kind of have your toe touching the floor in front. And then lower down, stand tall. Right in between, we'll stand tall each time. Slide your hands down for the feet of the rooster, then the head of the rooster on the other side. Heel lifts up. And then we lower the hands down and stand tall. Breathing in. Exhale down. Lifting up the head of the rooster. Now some people might be ready to lift the knee towards the elbow or keep the knee on the floor. Hands come down and we stand tall. Big breath in. And exhale, changing sides, lifting the heel. Head of the rooster. You're welcome to bring the knee up higher or keep the foot on the floor. Do that one more time on each side, standing tall. Exhale. Sit down, lift the head of the rooster. And then lower, standing tall. Exhale. Lifting the head of the rooster, wherever it might be. And then we'll lower down. Stand tall and draw little circles in our tiger cub, loosening up the arms. The tiger cub does not want to get out of bed because it's a little chilly this morning. Reverse the circles of the hands so that tiger cub grabs its blanket and pulls it up over its head. Nobody can tell he's still in bed. You're lifting that rib cage up and then draw the little circles at the top. He lets go of the blanket. He thinks, I guess it is morning. Reverse the direction. This is me this morning. My husband has to let my puppy come and jump on me in my bed in order to get me out of my bed. And come back down. So we peek our head out of the covers so we can see all the wonderful life around us. Let's push the hands down. And we're going to just push it towards the ground so our toes can come out of the covers of the bed. Now we're just using this as a forward fold. You can sway side to side here. Back to that ragdoll. Ragdoll, you can bend the knees and sway side to side. Because a ragdoll has no bones in its body, if it was carried, it would sway to and fro. Come to the center and draw little circles on the floor with your fingertips. Reverse the direction of the circle. Now this whole time you might have had your hands on the back of the legs. That's okay too, just whatever you need in your forward folds. We are going to bend the knees and place your hands on the floor. We're preparing to go to all fours, which means the hands come down and you can step back with the feet. So however you choose for all fours, you have the option of the downward dog on the hands and the toes. It might be the puppy dog on the knees and the hands. Or you might change it completely, bringing the elbows down towards the ground in what's called the dolphin. Now, the dolphin can be a small baby dolphin on the knees, or you can have the tall adult dolphin with the hips high and on the toes. Got a lot of choices today on your hands or your elbows, your knees or your feet. We are going to melt to the ground. So when you're ready, bring one knee down, both knees down, nice and slow, however you choose. Push the hips back, lower the head towards the ground. This is called a child's pose. It would be a resting pose. So you can slow your breath, slow the heart rate. Hands can be forward. They can be to the sides or even next to the feet. Whatever feels best for your body today. Always easing into the poses. Now slowly place your hands underneath your shoulders, lift the head up, tuck your head under, and look at your belly button. So this is called a cat pose, where you arch the back like a cat that's scared or upset, really rounding the spine. Flatten the hands down and then change, pushing the hips back, letting the belly button come down towards the ground, shoulders push away from the ears. We bring the bottom lip over the top lip, stretching the jawline. So this is gravity pulling the weight of the organs down to the ground, creating that curvature with the back. Now tuck under to the cat, rounding the spine, looking at the belly button again, and a flexion of the spine. Inhale, looking forward to the cow, really pushing the hips back, pushing the shoulders away from the ears, bringing your bottom lip over the top lip. Extend out the neck, the jawline, to help prevent the double chin. Keep the muscles in the face strong and long. We don't want any knotted muscles in our face. Tuck under to the cat. Now you're always welcome to go as fast as you choose here. Inhale to the cow. We're going to do one more of each. Exhaling to the cat. Inhale to the cow. We'll come to a nice flat back. For a side cat, we'll bring left shoulder to the left hip, looking at the left hip. Right shoulder to the right hip, looking at the right hip, wagging the tail of the cat. Stay. Shifting your weight all the way forward, laying down on the front of the mat. Left arm extends out to the side. Adjust, holding on with that right hand. Lift up the rib cage and drop the left shoulder down. So we're just trying to stretch around the shoulder and the arm. Lift up your chin, rest the left ear on the mat. We're kind of looking to the side of the room, away from the door. Just resting the head down. If you would like, you can stack the hips with that right hip on top of the left hip, but if it bothers you at all, please stay on your stomach. And if that right hip is on top, you might find the right foot falls gently behind. Right hand can extend, right hand might be on the right hip, wherever you need the support for your body today. If anything bothers you, back off, don't do it. Just wait till the next pose. Slowly roll back onto your stomach and we'll change arms, extending out the right arm support with the left hand. Lift up the rib cage and drop the shoulder down. Lift up the chin, rest the right ear on the mat. Stack the hips if you would like. That left hip on top of the right hip. Left foot might fall behind, nice and gentle. Breathing in and exhaling. Left hand can be out to the side. It might be on the left hip. But remember, if it bothers your spine at all, please stay on your stomach. Slowly roll back onto your stomach, both arms extending. Inhale, lift the shoulders off the mat. Preparing for a prone cobra. Now your fingertips might be touching the mat. We're just strengthening the muscles around the spine. As we lay down on our stomach, your toes can be up or down. Your hands can be up or down. And then we'll slowly bring the hands to the front. Stretching back out and place your hands underneath your shoulders, lifting up to all fours. And we'll take the knees a little bit wider in your child or your wide angle child's pose with the knees wide, hips pushed back. Hands can be all the way to the front, stretching the arms out, or you can bring your elbows towards the knees, turning it into a frog, resting the head down on the mat, however it's comfortable. We're just stretching around the outside of the leg, opening the hip, while also stretching the inner thigh. So all around the knees, the hips here. Slowly place your hands underneath your shoulders, lifting up. Bring the knees to the center. You're back to all fours. We're going to hold with supporting with the left hand. Right hand goes out to the side to thread the eye of the needle. Now we create a little tension against the floor in the hand. It's called sawing in yoga. We saw the hand through, threading the eye of the needle, and your hand might be creating the tension on the floor. Some people come through a little more to where the elbow touches the ground or even the shoulder. Some people rest their head on the mat. So you choose what's best for your body. We come through the space, wherever it's comfortable, threading the eye of the needle. There's no exact place to keep the hand. The hand might be close to the knee. It might be close to the hand at the front. Anywhere in between where your body needs the stretch in that upper back. And then slowly unthread the needle. And we're going to do this again on the other side, supporting with the right hand. Left hand goes out. And it comes through the space, creating a little tension against the floor, sawing against the ground. You can come onto the elbow, or you can stay at the hand, or maybe you can come to the shoulder, depending on the stretch you need. Be gentle with the body. If anything hurts, back off. Don't do it. Wait till the next pose as we slide through. Threading the eye of the needle. One last big breath in. We'll unthread and come onto your elbows. So both hands are in front. The hands will come to a prayer pose. This is called a child's prayer. We walk the elbows as far forward as they'll go. Shift your weight back to the hips. Push towards the feet. Our head will drop low and we'll bend the elbows, bringing the hands behind the head in that prayer pose. This is called a child's prayer. It's stretching the back of the arms, stretching under the arms, stretching the rib cage. While also stretching the top of the arms, biceps, and into the upper back. We're trying to let the upper back kind of relax right between the shoulders. This helps to prevent that little hump on your back, the back of the neck. Your child's prayer. Taking those deep breaths in and exhaling. Pushing out all the tension, all the air, all the toxin. Lower the hands down. We'll place them underneath our shoulders, lifting the head up. Lean to the side and bring the feet around to the front. Shaking out any tension that we might have. We'll point and flex the feet, adjusting our hips. Now, as we point and flex the feet, we are going to bring the toes up towards our nose. Hands will go out to the side, up to the sky. Think of lifting the rib cage off the hips. Stretching nice and tall, big breath in. And then exhale, forward fold from our staff pose. Hands fall anywhere it feels comfortable. You can have your hands on the legs, the feet. They can just rest on the floor. We melt to the front, feeling that stretch behind the knees today. And we'll slowly walk the hands up the knees, shoulders lift to the ears, push back and down, shake your head yes. Bend the left knee, cross the foot over. Right hand comes forward, left hand behind your back, turning the torso, the shoulders, the neck. That spinal twist sitting down. Slowly untwist, place one hand on the knee, one hand on the foot, cradle the baby. Rock it side to side, loosening up any tension you might have. Now that cradling and rocking, your hands can be anywhere. You can even relax your hands and just cradle and rock with the front leg. It's whatever you need to loosen up the hip. And then we'll place the foot on the floor. If it's ever uncomfortable having that knee bent, you can have both legs extended. We're using it as a reference point. So our hands walk forward and over to the straight leg on the right side. For that reverse triangle sitting down, we bring right hand back and look over the right shoulder. You might find that a little more comfortable than when we were standing in our triangle. You get a little deeper stretch on the spine, the torso, the waistline. Then we'll walk forward all the way around to the left side. We're going to come on your left elbow, bring the right leg back so that we can push the hip forward. We're really trying to stretch out the front of the hip, feeling that length come up the leg. Right hand can stay on the right hip, or it can come to the left knee or the floor by the other hand. Your head can be high or low. You can roll on top of the knees. You can just rock side to side. This is called a sleeping pigeon, so you can rock that pigeon to sleep, kind of loosening up the hips as we rock. Just really stretching out the leg. Head can be high or low. If it's uncomfortable having your head down, it might make you a little bit dizzy. You can also have your head up. It's called a king pigeon. Just choose what's best for your body. Shift your weight side to side. We rock. We'll bring the right leg around to the front. Take out any tension in that left knee. Point and flex the feet. And we are going to change sides. So we're going to bend your right knee, cross the foot over. Left head comes forward right behind your back, turning the torso, the shoulders, the neck, that spinal twist. Down. Breathing in and exhaling out. And slowly come back forward, untwisting, placing one hand on the knee, one hand on the foot to cradle the baby, to rock it side to side, however you choose. It might be with the hands, might be with that front leg, giving the arms a rest. Then gently set the foot on the floor, adjust your hips, and walk your hands forward, melting to the front. Walk both hands to the straight leg. As we come to that left side, left hand comes back behind you and we look to the back wall, turning the torso, the shoulders, the neck, that reverse triangle sitting down. You also can look down at the hip if that's more comfortable. Slowly come back forward and all the way around to the other side will be on the right elbow. We come to the right elbow, the left leg comes back and around. It stretches out nice and long. So you can really feel that stretch on the hip. We're trying to lengthen or push the hip forward. We stretch out the leg. Left hand can stay on the left hip or come to right foot, the right knee, wherever it feels comfortable. You can rock side to side, rocking your pigeon to sleep. It is a sleeping pigeon with the head down low. Of course, if it's more comfortable for you to have the head high, it's called a king pigeon. Just adjust for what your body needs today. We're going to rock side to side, readjusting, lifting up. And when you're ready, bring that back left leg around to the front. Shake out any tension in the legs, point and flex the feet. And then we'll bend the knees. Let the legs fall to the side. Adjust the hips. You can melt forward in what we call our butterfly pose. You can just close your eyes and relax here. But some people add on a flower or a boat, whatever you need for your body. A flower would have the feet off the floor. Boat has the knees in the center instead of out to the side. And you might even do a silly baby, which would be a balancing baby. You can hold on to your feet. Eventually, we come back to our butterfly, just relaxing to the floor, letting the hips open. We'll walk your hands to the knees, bring the knees to the center, and we're going to roll like a ball onto our back. Now, that may mean rolling to the side to come onto your back, or you can roll straight back, massaging the spine. Rolling like a ball. It's just another method to get our back on the floor. So eventually we'll be all the way back. Our hands on our knees, just resting our head down. We'll draw a little circular motion. Trying to massage the lower spine right between the hip bones. Reverse the direction of the circle, going the other way. Gently place the feet on the floor for a bridge pose, lifting the hips up off the mat, tucking the shoulders under, tightening the glutes. We're trying to engage the muscles in the lower body so that we can strengthen the knees and ankles, but we're also allowing gravity to shift the weight down, creating a little bit of space between our organs, getting fresh oxygen to our brain. Now I'll lift the heels up off the mat for a moment. We're going to think from our shoulders. We're going to roll down one vertebrae at a time. So the tailbone would be the last thing to touch the floor. Allow the knees to sway side to side, called a low spinal twist. Both legs fall to the left side. And you can just hold here, letting the knees relax down, stretching the hips. If you'd like to add on, you can place the left foot on top of the right knee. But if that bothers you, just keep both feet on the floor. We are going to think of pushing the right hip up to the sky, kind of tighten the right glute for a moment, and then drop it back down. It just realigns the rib cage and the hip, and the knee and the shoulder, the side of the body. It stretches a little bit of the IT band when it all aligns. Bring the knee back to the center and let them fall to the other side. So they fall over to the right, and that may be all you need. But if you're looking to add on, place the right foot on top of the right knee. or keep the foot on the floor. We're going to think of pushing the left hip towards the sky, tightening the glutes, stretching out the front of the hip. And then when you're ready, relax the leg back down, relax that hip towards the ground, and feel the stretch from the knee to the shoulder. Bring the knees back to the center and into the chest, giving the knees a squeeze. It might be one leg at a time, and then both come in and we'll rock side to side, flattening out the natural curve of the back. Gently open your arms like the top of the letter T at the top of the mat, and let both legs fall to the left. Now, this is a full spinal twist. Knees can stay bent, or you can begin to straighten the legs. It might be one leg straight, one leg bent. Whatever combination you need today as we just relax into the stretch, looking over the right shoulder. You turn your head away from the feet. Close the eyes and slow the breath. Inhaling, expanding the rib cage. Exhaling, melting down into the ground. One last deep breath in. Exhaling out. Bring the knees back to the center and allow the legs to fall to the other side. So knees to be bent or straight. Whatever feels best for your body in the full spinal twist. We look to the left here. Closing the eyes, slowing the breath. Breathing in and exhaling out. And then we'll bring the knees back to the center. Give them a little squeeze, a gentle hug, and we'll lengthen the legs towards the sky. Hands will come onto the legs. They might be at the knees, the ankles, a yogi toe grip with middle finger and thumb around a big toe. Does not matter as your hands are on the legs. We allow the legs to fall to the side. Now, knees can be bent or straight. This is called a joyful, happy baby. You can rock the baby from side to side if you choose. Or you can stay right in one spot. Now, here we think of lengthening the spine to the front of the room and then creating a bowl with the body. So we kind of hollow out the stomach, pushing the belly button down to the ground, wrapping the tailbone around and up towards the sky. To create that bowl of the joyful, happy baby. Bring the knees back to the center when you're ready. Bend the knees, give them a little squeeze, a gentle hug. Then place your feet on the floor. Lengthen your toes through the front of the room. Fingertips stretch to the back of the room. Growing a little bit longer, a little bit taller. And then bring your hands down next to your legs. Roll the shoulders back and down. Gonna stretch out and flex the feet. Make a fist with your hands. Tighten all the muscles in your body. Tighten, tighten, squeeze. and then release. Now, practicing our sleeping technique here, we're going to tighten the muscles again. Think of scrunching the face, puckering the lips, squeezing the eyes shut, tighten, 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 squeeze, and release. Once again, we're going to make a fist with the hands, tighten the muscles in the arms, the shoulders, the rib cage, tighten, 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 squeeze, and release. Moving to the feet, we're going to flex the feet, create tension in the leg, tighten the glutes, tighten, tighten, squeeze, squeeze, and release. We feel the difference of the relaxed muscles. We're going to close your eyes here, clear your mind in your corpse pose. The next few moments is yours for rest and relaxation, so close your eye, clear your mind, and let your body be at peace. Keeping your eyes closed, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll over onto your right side. When you're ready, open your eyes. Gently walk yourself up to an easy sit position. Legs can be crossed. They can be straight. It doesn't matter where your legs are. I'm going to draw a little circular motion, loosening up the back, awakening the spine, and then reverse the direction. So we go the other way. And we'll come to the center and lift the shoulders to the ears. Push back and down. Going to shake your head yes here. And then the hands fall to the sides. Inhale up to the sky. Down heart center, a little pressure with the palms. Then reverse the direction so we stretch the back of the hand. Shake your head yes. Loosening up the neck. And shake your head no. Shake your head yes again. We'll inhale, lifting up. And exhale out. Inhale for the body. Inhale for the mind. And inhale for the spirit. Hands come heart center. And namaste. And have a great day today and a good Thursday, the end of the week.